Good morning, the sun is out, and I thought we'd do another video on not just this tomato, but the fact that our food is changing. It's becoming pretty, more shippable, doesn't ripen as fast, but has no flavor. Plenty of texture. And I've seen tomatoes that were practically seedless. It's pithy all through the center. And when I tried to cut out the stem from the top, even though it looks like a somewhat ripe tomato, perfect on the outside, the inside is kind of tough. More like an apple instead of a tomato. And I found out from experience, you can let this tomato sit and ripen on the counter, and it might sit there a week, and it will still look like this inside. And usually, even if it's not a ripe tomato, I can put the knife right through it, no problem. This tomato is more like an apple than a tomato. And we cut off a little bit and threw it in our salad yesterday. And it didn't taste bad, but it didn't have any flavor at all. And the seeds look pretty developed, but they're kind of roundish, funny looking. I don't even know if they would grow anything if we did a seed test on them. So our food is changing, folks, and when there's no flavor, there's less nutrients too, because all that organic goodness that makes it happy for bacteria is also the stuff that our body needs to live healthier. So we got this tomato, and it looks perfect, but it's like a styrofoam ball. And the slices, this tomato's been sitting in the fridge, and still looks great. And this one is got a little bit of dent from loss of moisture, which they'll shrivel up. But it doesn't act like any tomato I know. We used to leave the tomatoes up on the windowsill, and when they got this dark red, they were just about ready to eat. Has anybody else experienced this? When I saw some tomatoes at a casino, they were cutting wedges on a salad bar, and they looked so beautiful and perfect. Even the inside was a little bit redder. But they were absolutely, when I went to cut one, I couldn't cut the wedge, and I went to bite it, it was like styrofoam. And the look on my face was probably shocking, because I pushed them aside and finished my salad, because I had them on a plate, extra tomatoes, because I thought, oh, I'm going to have some tomatoes. So I had like 4 slices, little wedges on a plate. And when I didn't eat them, they ran up and asked me, is there anything wrong with the food? And we said, no, that's fine. Because these days, you know what happens if you complain. They get offended. They don't say, oh, you're right, or I didn't know that. They go, everybody else is eating the tomatoes. Why aren't you eating them? And so with that mentality, most people learn to say nothing or everything's fine. But it's a shame, because the more we do that, the more we have to put up with this. And fortunately, even though it's unfortunate, the price of food is going up so high that we're forced to grow our own, but at least it won't be like that. So they're slowly doing things to discourage us from gardening too much, because if we do that and we start growing food, we won't buy these. And they paid a lot of money to get that technology for the perfect looking tomato. But you know the old joke where they say dumb blonde, right? And I'm blonde, so bleach blonde, so it's okay, I'll say it. Well, to me, this is the dumb blonde of the tomato world. It's beautiful looking, but other than that, it doesn't have a lot to offer. In fact, you usually have to keep pampering it and telling it how wonderful it is. And that's what we have to do with this food, is tell people how wonderful it is because of how it looks. And we did the same thing with breeding dogs. We have dogs that have cute little push-in faces, but their teeth don't mesh and they can't breathe. And taking them on airplane flights is dangerous, but they're cute. So, everybody, there's a lesson to be learned from history, more recent history, even a few years back. So, let me know what you think.